Well, during his three-nation visit, Prime Minister Modi has participated in 31 bilateral meetings and informal interactions with global leaders. He also held a bilateral meeting in Nigeria, 10 bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Brazil. And thereafter, during his visit to Guyana, he held 9 bilateral meetings. In Nigeria, the Prime Minister had held a meeting with the President of Nigeria. In Brazil, the Prime Minister held meetings with leaders of Brazil, Indonesia, Portugal, Italy, Norway, France, UK, Chile, Argentina and Australia. Amongst the 10 bilateral meetings in Brazil, this was the first meeting of PM Modi with 5 leaders. Prabowo Subianto, the President of Indonesia, Luis Montenegro, the PM of Portugal, Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK, Gabriel Boric, President of Chile, and Javier Milei, President of Argentina. Manohar Kesri is joining us for more details on this story. Manohar, how productive have these series of bilateral meetings been?
देखिए बिल्कुल प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी की इस बार की जो फॉरेन टूर रहा है ये बहुत ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी रही है क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी नाइजीरिया ब्राजील में G20 समिट की बात हो या गुयाना में करिकॉम मनी कैरिबेई समिट की बात हो, इस दौरान अब तक 31 बायलैटरल मीटिंग्स जो है राष्ट्राध्यक्षों के साथ वो कर चुके हैं। और अब आप देखिए इसमें से कई ऐसे कंट्रीज हैं जो मुस्लिम कंट्रीज हैं और मुस्लिम कंट्रीज 7 से ज्यादा कंट्री हैं जिसमें प्रधानमंत्री ने उनके राष्ट्राध्यक्षों से न सिर्फ बायलैटरल मीटिंग की है बल्कि उन्हें सर्वोच्च सम्मान से नवाजा है। तो ये सबसे बड़ी बात इस मीटिंग की रही है। अगर मैं आपको बताऊं और अपने व्यूअर्स को बताऊं कि ये आप देखिए कि 10 बायलैटरल मीटिंग जो है वो ब्राजील में हुई है जिसमें से फर्स्ट 5 जो है वो टॉप मोस्ट लीडर से रही है, चाहे वो हम इंडोनेशिया की बात करें, पुर्तगाल की पीएम की बात करें, यूके पीएम की बात करें या फिर अर्जेंटीना के प्रेसिडेंट की बात करें। साथ ही साथ अगर आप देखेंगे तो इसमें साउथ कोरिया, इजिप्ट, यूएसए, स्पेन तो G20 के दौरान उन लोगों से बातचीत हुई है। इसके अलावा आप देखेंगे कि गुयाना में जो मीटिंग हुई है, गुयाना में 9 बायलैटरल मीटिंग हुई है जिनमें ट्रेड की बात हो, टेक्नोलॉजी की बात हो, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की बात हो या फिर हम डिफेंस सेक्टर की बात हो, इन सब चीजों को लेकर के अलग अलग राष्ट्राध्यक्षों से बात हुई है। कई MOU साइन हुए हैं जो आने वाले कल के लिए भारत के लिए न सिर्फ FDI लाने में हेल्प करेगा बल्कि भारत के जो मैन पावर्स हैं या भारत के जो स्किल्ड हैं या भारत के जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं वो भी एक्सपोर्ट करने में, क्योंकि पूरी दुनिया भारत की ओर देख रही है। ऐसी स्थिति में करीबी देशों की बात करें या फिर अदर कंट्रीज की बात करें, उनके लिए भारत जो है जो काफी मददगार साबित उसमें कोरोना काल में भी रहा है, बीच बीच में भी कई बार मदद की है भारत ने। तो ऐसी स्थिति में ये दौरा जो है प्रधानमंत्री का काफी ज्यादा जो है तो कारगर साबित हुआ है। जी
Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, also is joining us now on the broadcast. Himanshu, clearly, of course, this has been a very power-packed visit by Prime Minister to these countries abroad. And during the course of his visit, of course, particularly in Brazil, there was a series of bilaterals. Which of these have been significant and how important is this push for our foreign policy bit?
Well, first thing first, let me tell you that, Uday, there's, 31 meetings in a 3 nations tour signifies something. First thing, it signifies the importance of Bharat in the world and how much the world also needs Bharat or India to go along with. When you are talking in terms of Brazil, there is one fundamental point which I would like to say to you. In Brazil, the meetings that took place with some of the countries which are not known to have any sort of ties with Bharat, important ties with Bharat, but they are coming. Similarly, you had meetings with UK. Now wherein the Keir Starmer wanted FTA to speed up. Against that, what was that demanded for? We demanded the people, who had fled from the country, making lots and lots of frauds. We wanted Nirav Modi back. We wanted Vijay Mallya back. And when you talk in these terms, it signifies something. The growing importance, number one, and the weight of India. The weight of India in the World Forum is really growing. And this is the first sign of it, which says, basically that you can't ignore India or you can't wish away the way people used to do 10 years ago. The biggest achievement of Narendra Modi and through Narendra Modi for India is that, foreign policy is becoming to be counted. You will have to take Bharat into consideration when you form your foreign policy. The similar thing was seen in Brazil when we talked of so much, on one side we were talking of eradicating world hunger. On the other side, there were, the things done to probably, try and kill thousands and thousands of people. Now what does it signify? And the way people are talking or giving importance to Bharat, that was seen with this Guyana's president. The way you saw, 12 ministers of the country lining up at the airport to welcome Narendra Modi. This is a sign that things are going in the right way. And as far as Guyana is concerned, as far as Brazil is concerned, what I would say is, the new avenues are being explored in the fields of energy and in the fields of, manpower exchange. Because Indian skilled manpower is desired by every country in the world today. And that's where Bharat scores, And that's why I feel, this meeting or this tour of Narendra Modi is a hallmark tour, wherein people are going to, understand now in the world that this man means business. Because we don't simply promise and then go out of that. When we say something, we do it. And that is what African countries have seen. And that's why you find Nigeria entering into so many MOUs with Bharat. Nigeria wants to do so much of work with Bharat in association with Bharat. That's why people naturally accept Bharat as the leader of Global South, which title China wants to take away from us, but that's not happening. The simple reason is, starting from the vaccine diplomacy, we have progressed slowly but steadily in the world wherein people have started trusting Bharat. That is the biggest, single most, important factor. That this is the leader to whom they can trust in the world. And that's why Global South urges Bharat to intervene and stop Russia and Ukraine war. So, the basic issue is the trust.
Absolutely. Himanshu Bhatt, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on that story. Also, thanks to Manohar, who joined us earlier. Meanwhile, 5 people have been killed in a car